measurement, scientific reports, Arabian Journal for Science and Engineering, and IET wireless sensor systems. He has also authored chapters and presented papers at several national, international IEEE conferences. He is also a committed academician. Dr. Yadav teaches courses on Internet of Things, machine learning, data structures, embedded systems, program languages, and quantum computing. Beyond teaching and research, he has been actively involved in organizing international conferences, workshops, and training programs. He has also served as organizer and is in session chairs and advisory board members for various academic forums. He has also contributed to academic governance through his roles as career advisory services advisor and a member of board of studies at Sambalpur University Institute of Information Technology. With his strong research orientation, teaching excellence, and active engagement in emerging technologies, he is here to make sure that we have a thorough understanding of artificial intelligence. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, sir. We are delighted to have Professor Garendra Kumar Yadav, Assistant Professor, XIM University, as the resource person for today's session. We are confident that his academic expertise and practical insights will greatly enrich our understanding of artificial intelligence and its application in higher education. Now, I kindly request our esteemed resource person to address the audience on the topic Understanding Artificial Intelligence and its Educational Relevance. Please, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and Mani sir, for such a nice introduction of mine. And so first of all, I will say good afternoon, everyone, and I would like to express my sincere thanks to the principal, Miss Runa Sahu, coordinator Akash sir, and HOD Mr. Vijay Kumar Padi, and co-coordinator Asifad Maji sir, for giving me this opportunity to be here in front of you. So thank you so much, and I welcome all the faculty members to this session, and I will try to give you the brief understanding of AI and different sub-part of the AI like machine learning, computer vision, and other parts of AI are there. So we'll see all those things and how you can implement these techniques in the education or any field if you want. If you are doing research in your concern field, you can use this AI for your research purpose also. Okay. So I'll try to make the session interactive. So I will also go for the coding if time permits, and if you are able to cope up with me. I mean, I don't know. I think most of you don't have the coding background, computer science background, but it is not so difficult. It is not so difficult. Some languages are there that is meant for the multidisciplinary branches. Okay, that is meant for the multidisciplinary branches. You need not to know the hardcore language. Okay, so first of first of things I would like to say, to interact with the machine, you should know the language of the machine. You should know the language of the machine. I'm interacting with you because I know English and you understand English. That's why you are able to understand my words. Okay. Machine cannot understand my English word. Okay. It understand the machine language. It understand the machine language. Machine, your computer only understand one and zero forms. Okay, only it has two bit one and zero. Apart from that, it doesn't understand anything. So first, to deal with the AI, you should know the language to interact with the machine. So what is AI? Already, I mean, many speakers and our chief guest has given you the layman definition of the AI. What is AI? AI is just we are mimicking the human. Okay, that you can say it is a AI. It is a AI. So machine. So if you want to make a machine intelligence, you should know the language of the machine. So different languages are there to interact with the machine, to interact with the machine. So briefly, it is categorized into two categories. First one is the high level language and second one is the low level language. What is high level language? High level language means it is far from your computer. It is far from your computer or machine. Low level language means it is close to your machine. It is close to your machine. I will not go into depth of those, okay, but I will give some examples so that you will have overall overall what is language. So some language are close to the machine. The name of those languages are assembly language. The name of those languages are assembly language, that is known as low level language. C is also there. One language is there, that is C. These languages are just you can treat like Odia, Hindi, English. Okay, these are the languages. Okay, if I am in Odisha, if one person is from the Odisha, he don't know other language. I have to how I can communicate. If I know the language of Odisha, Odia, then I can communicate to that person easily. You know? Otherwise, I need one converter. Otherwise, I need one converter on behalf of me. He or she is going to convert my English to the Odia and the reverse process also. Reverse process also. In assembly language, we deal with the that is close to the machine. So it is very hard to code. It is very hard to code. Suppose I'm saying how are you, that I have to represent in the form of one and zero. है ना? So it is very difficult to do the low level language. है ना? To code for the low level language, for that you have to have the depth understanding of the machines. Okay, and we differ with machine to machine. We differ with machine to machine. As an if I have developed one code for this laptop, if I dump that code in another machine, the machine is different, the processing power is different, the RAM is different, everything is different. It might happen, it will not work as it is working in this machine. Okay, so this is the problem in the low level language. So it has dependency on machines. It has dependency on the machine, and we have some high level languages like C++, Java. I think some of you have heard the names, C++, Java, and most easiest language it is meant for all the people, that is Python. That is Python. So we'll see somewhat something related to the Python, and it is designed for the multidisciplinary people. You can easily understand Python, you can easily understand Python, and it is just like your English language, and it is high level language. So for high level language, we write the code. To write the code, we need one environment. We need one environment. So we use some of the environment. I will tell what are the environment, and then we write the code over there. To convert into the machine language, we need some of the interpreter. Okay, that I said one translator is required. I've given one example. That is the translator only. What it does, whatever I'm writing, it converts that code into the machine level code, and then machine can understand that code. Okay, so first I will give the brief introduction of the AI, then what is machine learning, then the subset of all those things, then in the last I will give some example related to the commerce. I will take some data of the commerce, like sales data, marketing data, and then we'll analyze something on that. Okay, in comics. So it is visible to everyone. Yes. So my research domain is same. Okay, I work in the computer vision only. It is just a part of AI. My research is I'm doing the research in the same field. So this is the basic definition of AI. Artificial intelligence refers to the system that performs required by the human beings, required by the human beings like intelligence such as reasoning, learning, language, and comprehensions. Okay, so these are the subfield of the machine learning. If I will take one circle, you can imagine one circle is a machine learning, and in between, inside that circle, one is the machine learning. One part is machine learning. So you can say machine learning is the subset of AI, but AI is not the subset of machine learning. Okay, you should remember this one. AI is not the subset of machine learning. You can call machine learning AI, but you cannot call AI as a machine learning. Okay, so I will give you the example why you cannot say all those things and why. So I will give one example where we deal with the AI. Suppose I have given one AI you can use for the pattern recognition. What is pattern recognition? Suppose I have given one number like 1 equal to 1, 2 equal to 4, 3 equal to 9, 4 equal to 16, and then I said what is 5 equal to? Can you recognize the pattern? 25. So that is called as pattern recognition. Okay. So I'm feeding the data to my brain. And what I'm doing, I'm feeding the data to my brain. All those are the previous data, whatever I feed. 1 equal to 1, 2 equal to 4, 3 equal to 9, 4 equal to 16. My brain got trained on that pattern. And if I'm feeding any other data, that is whatever model is developed based on that data. And if you are feeding any random value to that, now if I'm feeding 6, it is what it is going to give the answer. 26. So these are the application of AI, that is pattern recognition. Next one is the speech recognition. Next one is the speech recognition. You are using the Alexa, you use the Siri, those who are the iPhone users, and we use Siri, Alexa, others voice recognition devices are there. Okay, so it recognizes what it does. It recognizes our voice, है ना? जो भी मैं बोलता even I talk in Hindi, you can train your Alexa in Hindi also, है ना? If you are talking with your Alexa in Hindi, it also respond to that. If you are talking in Oriya also, it is going to respond to that. Okay, so for that already one model is trained, है ना? From the lot of data. You can give one layman example. Okay, when we are स्मॉल है ना जब एकदम छोटा बच्चा पैदा होता है ही डोंट और शी डोंट नो एनीथिंग शी डोंट नो एनीथिंग है ना देयर पेरेंट टीच द पेरेंट टीच देयर चाइल्ड है ना टीच देयर चाइल्ड है ना दे इन्फॉर्म है ना दिस इज योर फादर दिस इज योर मदर है ना then this is this object, this is fan, this is projector, this is है ना we give what we are doing, we are feeding the data to our child. What we are doing, we are feeding the data to the child. That is known as training. That is known as training. Brain is the model, and we are feeding the data to that brain and it is getting trained. It is getting trained day by day, day by day. It takes at least 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Okay, and what if you feed the more data, you will get the more accurate result. You will get the more accurate result. So you can treat that brain is one model and we are feeding the data. And in AI, the main thing is the data. If you feed the wrong data, then your device is going, your model is going to give you the wrong data. Like your child, if my child is there, if I feed her or him different, I mean wrong data, then it is going to respond in the same way. It is going to respond in the same way. So this is one application that is called as speech recognition. One more you can say that is your image analysis. If I will give you an image, you will able to identify what are the things are there. Okay, if I have given one image, you will able to identify how many. Suppose I have given one human, you have to find the how many men, how many women are there. You can easily identify in the image. Okay, So because already my brain is trained on those data set and I have ability and I have intelligence to know which are the mans, who are the women and what are the different objects are there in that image. Okay. The best example of the image analysis is you can see in the traffic, है ना? Whenever you crosses the limit, है ना? जब भी कहीं पे स्पीड ब्रेकर स्पीड गन लगा हुआ है, if you are crossing that one with the over speed or you got the challan in your mobile, है ना? You have received the challans, है ना? If you cross that one because they uses the image, है ना? They have their camera. What it does, it captures your number plate. It captures your number plate that takes the image, and already they have one model. It is trained on those nameplates, है ना? Different. We have different types of nameplate, है ना? Nameplates also category is there, है ना? Somebody written the nameplate in Oriya also, okay? ओरिया में भी कोई नेम प्लेट लिख के जाता है ना, वो आपको ओरिया में लिखा रहेगा. Then different types of letters are there. Somebody write in Hindi, somebody write in English. Okay. उसके बाद now we have the different types of number like Bharat CS number were introduced. So on those data set we train our model. We train our model so that it is model can easily recognize the number plate, and based on number plate we fetch the information of the person and challan is given to those persons. So this is the example of your, you can say, AI, that is image analysis. So I will give AI already. I think I have conveyed the basic definition of the AI. Then we'll move to the sub part of the, it's called as machine learning. It is called as machine learning. Okay. So machine learning. So we learn the whatever device we have, okay, what we do by feeding the data, we give the intelligence to that device, we give the intelligence to that model, okay. So AI में दो part होता है, some one part is the rule based AI, one part is the rule based AI. There we don't have any model or we don't feed data to that model. Okay, there is algorithm, sets of algorithm is there. Have you heard the name fuzzy logic? Fuzzy logic, that is rule based, AI, that is fall under the category of AI, not fall in the category of machine learning. Okay, that is fuzzy logic. You have here the in your home appliances you have the smart refrigerator, right? It controls the temperature according to the environment. Here they uses the fuzzy logic to give some intelligence to the machine. We use the fuzzy logic. Huh? So these are some example of the, you can say, this is rule based AI. First one is the fuzzy logic. Second one is, you can say, classical robotics. Okay, classical robotics. So there also we use this is one rule based approach. Another is the A star, that is based on the graph theory. So these are the some of the rule based AI. And next we'll move to the machine learning part. Again, machine learning is the subset of AI. So in machine learning, we deal with the data. So you can say we have. So I will take some example. Suppose how to predict the rain, today or tomorrow rain will be there or not. Okay, you have the weather forecast. You are using the weather forecast to know today there will be rain or not, tomorrow there will be rain or not, in this way they forecast the weather data, so what they do, they take the different parameter on which rain depend. They take the different parameter on which rains depend, like humidity, wind speed. Other parameters are there. That those are called as inputs. Those are called as what? Inputs to the model. So, and also people say in technical terms we call that one as a parameter. Anyway, I'm giving one more example from here. It will be clear to you. Suppose we have the exams, for the student we conduct the exam. We have different factors, we have mid-sem and sem, class test. Other factors are there. From there we give the mark to the student. Suppose the weightage of the Sum is 40%. The weightage of your midsum is 40% and class test is 20%. Okay. So ultimate our goal is I have to calculate the CGPA. I have to calculate the CGPA. I have to calculate the CGPA. So based on this parameter, I want to calculate the CGPA. So these are the input, है ना? X suppose x1 is the your midsum is x1 is the input, x2 is your endsum, that is one input, and one is your class test, and whatever weight I have, whatever percentage I have given in technical terms, we call that one as weight. We call that one as weight, है ना? Weight आता है उसके साथ input. These inputs are called as the parameter. CGPA किस पे depend करता है? Midsum, endsum, and class test, है ना? So parameters, these are the parameter, and I have given the weightage of this parameter, है ना? Weightage 0.4%, 0.4, 0.4, 0.2, 20% for the class test. Okay. तो कभी कभी ऐसा होता है, suppose students, because weightage of the class test is very less, है ना? That is 0.2. Students don't come to the class, don't come to appear for the class test, है ना? So you have the liberty to adjust the weight. You have the liberty to adjust the weight in the machine learning. So I can increase that weight to the 30%. If I'm increasing the weight to the 30%, then my students think that their CGPA will go down and they are going to come to the class. है ना? So these are called as weights. है ना? तो सबका जो भी input होता है उसके साथ क्या होता है? Weights होता है. We have the associated weights. So I will come into the theory. Okay. So this is called as your machine learning. We feed the data. We have n numbers of parameters, and also we know the output, and also we know the output at the same time. Input भी पता है मुझे, output भी पता है, ठीक है? मुझे input पता है इतना, तो CGPA इतना होगा. This is the input. This will be the CGPA. I know. Okay. Input and output both I know. And पहले क्या करते हैं? Train करते हैं मॉडल को, तो we give as much as input possible to the model. जितना मॉडल को ट्रेन करेंगे उतना अच्छे से मॉडल हमको उतना अच्छे से प्रेडिक्शन देते हैं, ठीक है? लाइक आवर ब्रेन, अगर हम बहुत अच्छे से ट्रेन हुए हैं, बहुत अच्छे डाटा फीड हुआ है, देन वी विल इजीली, सपोज हियर आई एम सीइंग यू, ओके, और यू कैन सी मी आफ्टर सम टाइम. इफ आई विल आस्क, if you see me, then you can easily recognize. मेरा फोटो को दिखाएगा, हाँ, this is the man, okay. If somebody asks, है ना, ऐसे पूछ लेगा क्या कौन सा कलर था, कौन सा कलर का ड्रेस पहना था. So you might be not able to recognize, say, okay, कि हाँ इस कलर का ड्रेस था. Minute, something called as minute observation, something called as minute observation, something called as overall observation. तो कभी भी मैं किसी को ऐसे देख के रैंडम बोल दिया, हाँ ठीक है, दिस इज मैन और दिस इज वुमन, है ना, दिस इज मैन, मैंने मैन बता दिया, बट ये नहीं बता पाया उसके आईज का कलर क्या है. somebody asked what is the eye color of that one, I don't know. Okay, for that we have to go for the deep learning. We have to go for the deep learning. One more concept is there, that is the sub part of again machine learning, that is called as deep learning. That is called as deep learning, to extract more parameters from my face. Suppose this is my face, you want to know what is the color of my eyes, what is the ear size, what other things of the parameter. Then we go for the deeper analysis, and that is one more concept called as deep learning. Again, in deep learning, whenever we play with the images, that is called as computer vision. That is called as computer. These are some of the fancy terms you hear nowadays. Okay, something called as computer vision. To do the analysis with the images, videos, we go for the computer vision. है ना? One more concept is there, that is called as NLP. Have you heard the name NLP? NLP is for natural language processing. Natural language processing. So whatever I am saying to the different languages, it is able to respond. It is going to respond to my language. Okay, so whenever we are dealing with the different languages, textual languages, okay, like Oriya, Hindi, or those things, that is called as NLP. That is called as NLP, natural language processing, and in that we use the LLMs. Okay, LLMs is the large language models. LLM is the large language model. That is the model used in the NLP. NLP के अंदर जो मॉडल होता है क्या होता है? LLM. तो LLM को भी सेम मॉडल है, तो टू एनी मॉडल वी हैव टू ट्रेन द मॉडल एंड देन वी आर गोइंग टू get the get the data. Again, I am going to categorize machine learning into the sub parts. So in machine learning, we have two sub parts. First one is the machine learning. We have two concepts. One is supervised, and second one is unsupervised. So what is supervised learning? So I will give you one example. From there, you can able to know what is supervised and what is unsupervised. Suppose we want to give the loan, है ना? Suppose one bank want to give the loan to any person, है ना? So what they are going to do if they want to implement the machine learning into their bank? So what they do? They take the previous data. They take the previous data of how much loans they have approved, है ना? In previous years or last 10 years data, last 20 years data. तो क्या करते हो? जितना loans approved किए हैं उस data को import करते हैं, लेते हैं, on what basis they have approved the loan, on what basis they have approved the loan. Supervised means labeled data is there. Labeled data is there means I know the data, I know the data, what will be the data, like different credit card score देखा होगा to approve the loan, credit card score और education भी देख सकते हैं या फिर salary भी देख सकते हैं. So these are the labeled data. Already I know this is the salary, this is the credit card score, and these are the things. So the data is labeled. The data is labeled or marked. That is called as supervised, है ना? अगर मैं आपको फ्रूट्स डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फ्रूट्स दे दिया, उसमें बोल दिया हाँ ये आपको पता है ये मैंगो है, ये है, ये है, ये है, यू आर एबल टू क्लासिफाई इट इजीली, है. दिस इज मैंगो, दिस इज दिस. इफ यू डोंट नो व्हाट इज मैंगो, what is orange, what is banana, है ना? So that is called as unlabeled data. That is called as unlabeled or unsupervised. Unsupervised means data is not labeled. We don't have any knowledge of the data. We don't have any knowledge of the data. जैसे मैं bunch of the fruits आपको दे दिया, उसमें बहुत सारे different types के fruits हैं, and you don't know the names of the fruit. You don't know the names of the fruit, है ना? So first I'll complete the supervised learning. Supervised learning, you know the labeled data. The data is labeled, है ना? Data is labeled in supervised learning. So in supervised learning, we again it has two branches. First one is the classification. First one you will go for the classification, and second one is the regression. First one is called as classification problem. Second one is called as regression problem in the supervised learning. In the supervised learning. So in classification, we classify the in classification we classify into many things. Like मैंने खाली दो fruits दिया आपको और बोला classify करने के लिए I have given two fruits, mango and banana. You classify into two things. First one is the mango. Second class is banana. Second class is banana. So this is known as binary classification. Only we have two value. Only we have two value. जैसे मैं लोन में क्रेडिट कार्ड लोन में बात किया, लोन में क्या हो सकता है, या तो अप्रूव होगा, यस होगा, या तो नो होगा. तो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज binary classification. That is called binary classification. Only will deal with the in output will deal with the things that is binary, that is either yes or no. Or you can take the real time example, that is your emails, है ना? You have seen your emails nowadays. If the mail is not related to you or somebody is doing the fake email, so it goes to the spam. It will go to the spam directly, है ना? Classification क्या होता है? Your email is also using the AI, है ना? वो बहुत सारे ऐसे स्पैम ईमेल पे ट्रेन हुआ है, स्पैम ईमेल पे ट्रेन हुआ है और बहुत सारे डाटा पे ट्रेन हुआ है, तो उसको पता चल जाता है ना. और उसमें भी बहुत सारे पैरामीटर होते हैं. लाइक पैरामीटर यू कैन टेक ईमेल रहेगा, सेंडर का नाम रहेगा, इफ सम लिंक्स इज देयर, है ना? तो जब स्पैम आते हैं तो उसमें क्या मोस्टली पीपल सेंड द लिंक्स, है ना? मोस्टली पीपल सेंड द लिंक्स सो दैट यू आर गोइंग टू क्लिक, है ना? The different that is another thing, that is. So these are your these are the inputs for the spam to identify the spam है ना. तो उसमें क्या किया जाता है, मॉडल में क्या फीड किया जाता है, ईमेल सेंडर नेम है ना, जो जो उसका पैरामीटर्स है, एंड देन आउटपुट आपको क्या मिलता है, आइदर इट इज स्पैम और we will classify into two categories, that is spam or not spam, that is called as binary classification. And next one is your multi classification. In multi we classify into the more than two classes. Like I'll give one example. Suppose I have one grid and one table. In that I have the number from 1 to 9, 1 to 9, 1 to 9 एक data set है, पूरा ये data set है. Suppose this data set is of 10 cross 10, 10 cross 10 matrix है, and from 1 2 3 4 we have the numbers, and output क्या मुझे जानना है, we have to know the number, whatever user is giving the input, I have to identify this number is 1 or 2 or 3 up to 9. तो उसके लिए मैं क्या करूंगा, पहले मेरे मॉडल को ट्रेन करूंगा. आई हैव टू ट्रेन माय मॉडल. सो आई विल फीड द डेटा फ्रॉम 1 to 9, या फिर यू कैन से 0 to 9. 0 भी लोगों का लिखने का पैटर्न कुछ और होता है. 0 कोई नॉर्मल सर्कल लिखता है, कोई थोड़ा सर्कल ओवल हो जाता है, या फिर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ सर्कल पे मैं उसको क्या करूंगा, ट्रेन करूंगा, सो दैट इट विल एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई इफ यू आर रिटन समथिंग नॉट परफेक्ट सर्कल, थोड़ा सर्कल से इधर हुआ, थोड़ा सा बाहर भी निकल गया, 0 मैंने ऐसे लिखा, थोड़ा इधर हो गया, स्टिल इट विल एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई इट इज अ 0. सो वैसे ही मैं n नंबर्स ऑफ डाटा के साथ उसको मॉडल को 0 के साथ ट्रेन करूंगा, देन 1 के साथ ट्रेन करूंगा, देन 2 के साथ ट्रेन करूंगा. लाइक दिस आई विल ट्रेन द मॉडल एंड कितने ये मैं क्लासिफाई करूंगा उसको 0 to 9. I will have 10 classes. I will have how many classes? 10 classes. This is the example of multi classification. This is example of multi classification, or you can say a sentiment analysis. You know what is sentiment analysis? We analyze the sentiment, है ना. तो जैसे आपने comment किया somewhere, suppose you want to buy something, you have taken some product from the Amazon, and then we give the review. We give the review on that. So your sentiment is classified into three categories. Either you can give the positive comment, or you can give the negative comment, or you will be neutral. Say multi-classes example. This is the multi-class example. And again in supervised learning, we have one more category that is called as regression. I have said the regression. Okay. In regression, what we do, we deal with the numerical value. I'm giving the example. Suppose one delivery boy is coming, आपने कुछ order किया Zomato or कहीं से, you know the time है ना, कितना बजे वो पहुंचेगा है ना, ये ऐप में दिखाता है ना, this is the time, that is called as numerical value, regression है ना. उसको क्या बोला जाता है, रिग्रेशन. तो उसको खाली मैं एक न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू पे कंसीडर करता हूँ. गूगल मैप पे मैं यहाँ से मुझे एनआईटी जाना है, आई विल राइट द डेस्टिनेशन in my Google Map, and then it will give you the estimated time. Now it is giving already that model is trained है ना, बहुत लोग गया है और पहले से भी डाटा उसमें फीड हुआ है, उसको ट्रेनिंग के हिसाब से वो आपको बताता है ना, यहाँ से इतना टाइम लगेगा. और ये नहीं है कि वो टाइम फिक्स होती है, that time varies. If you search in the peak hour, the time will increase. If you search in the night, same Google Map आपको यहाँ से घंटा लगता है 90 तो रात में किस तरह दिखाता है, ठीक है, because it is trained on such data. And this is the example of your regression. Regression. I have given the example of regression, and now you can you can take some of the models in the classification for just for your information. Okay, in classification you can take the model name. First one is the linear regression. First one is the linear classifier. Okay, linear classifier, and then second we